The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Graveyards in Noveleta, Cavite are still covered in mud, days after the onslaught of Tropical Storm Paeng. Despite this, visitors still flock to the Noveleta Public Cemetery to commemorate their departed loved ones this Undas. Some families opted to start cleaning graves after Paeng swept mud and other debris into cemeteries. The local government of Noveleta says this was the worst flooding that they've endured since Typhoon Ondoy back in 2009. And it's the same story in Bulacan, where a number of cemeteries are still flooded, making Undas visits more challenging for visitors. Jenny Dongon with the story.
Despite the floods caused by severe tropical storm Paeng, plenty of individuals and families still found the time to visit their loved ones at the Bulacan Cemetery, but many were unhappy and dismayed. It was already 1 in the afternoon, but visitors were still outside the cemetery in Malolos, Bulacan. The management earlier decided to close the cemetery on Tuesday for the public safety. They said electric shock is possible since some graveyards are still flooded. Despite this, most of the visitors said they don't mind braving floodwaters.
Kailangan talagang buksan yan dahil araw ng patay ngayon, dahil baka kami ang dalawin ng mga mahal namin sa buhay, di ba? Ang karapatan namin talaga ipagdasal yung mga mahal namin sa buhay.
One visitor even came all the way from Pampanga. She said she won't leave the area until she gets to light a candle for her loved ones.
Ito lang po ang sarado.
Ba't naiiyak ka, ma'am?
Idadalawin ko po ang tatay ko sa nanay ko dyan eh. Lahat po nandyan mga apo ko. Oh, ba't ganun? Sabi kanina mag-antay, ba't hanggang ngayon wala? Hindi tama naman.
Due to the influx of people, the cemetery decided to reopen at 2 in the afternoon. This was a welcome development for visitors since most cemeteries had to close over the weekend due to Paeng. Over in Ubando, Bulacan, aside from flowers and candles, visitors brought boots for wading through flood as the cemetery is still being partially flooded.
Unang nasa isip namin bota kasi nga mahirap lumusong. Baka ma-leptospirosis pa tayo. Nakakalungkot nga lang isipin na ang daanan ganyan ka laki. First time lang ngayon, di ba? First time lang ang paglaki. Hindi namin alam kung saan galing yan.
Most of cemeteries in Bulacan were open to the public until 7 p.m. Authorities said flooded areas might take time to subside. So aside from flowers and candles, visitors are advised to bring boots for wading through flood. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, we are One News.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Public schools resumed full face-to-face classes today. But some schools had no choice but to stick to blended learning due to the lack of classrooms. Marian Enriquez with the report.
All public schools in the country are now required to implement 5-day face-to-face classes starting November 2. But Batasan Hills National High School says they will continue with blended learning. The school says they have to have 2 class shifts to accommodate the huge number of students. The school decided that 3 days will be for in-person classes, while the other 2 days are for blended learning. This is because the school only has over 100 classrooms to accommodate 18,600 students. If the school pushes through with full face-to-face classes, they will have to force around 60 to 90 students inside each classrooms. For now, they have divided the standard classroom into 2 to accommodate 25 students in each classroom.
Ano na bang learning ang makikita natin doon sa 31.5 na siksikan? Ito ngang 25, mas gusto ng bata doon kasi lahat ng attention ay ibibigay doon sa mga bata, lalo ng mga slow learner na tututukan. Ngayon, pag sisiksikan mo rito, ayun na nga, nasa pandemya tayo, di ba? Pangalawa, siksikan, talaga namang hindi conducive to learning yun. At gusto sa mga bata at mga teachers.
The school says they need 82 more classrooms to be able to implement the 5-day face-to-face classes. Aside from Batasan National High School, 50 schools were also
exemptions depending on the situation. Be it natamaan ng calamity, alangan naman ibalik natin yung mga learners pag ganyan, di ba? Kung highly congested, alangan naman isiksik natin yung mga learners sa isang classroom.
DepEd is also studying the possibility of institutionalizing blended learning in public schools as a solution to the classroom shortage in the country. Meanwhile, the DepEd NCR still encourages the wearing of face masks inside classrooms, despite it being made voluntary.
If you happen to see it, parang bumalik kami doon sa parang sanay na din na merong mask. So, ang bili natin ay mag-mask pa rin. Hindi naman siguro paglabag yon.
The Department of Health, for its part, says that they will defer with the DepEd regarding this policy decision. However, they remind the public that mask wearing will help prevent the transmission of COVID-19. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
A group of private schools believes that it is not the right time to make the use of face masks optional in schools. In an interview with Radio 5, Cocopea Managing Director Joseph Noel Estrada said, it is important to follow health protocols such as mask wearing to protect students and teachers against COVID-19. Estrada added that their group will discuss health protocols to be implemented in private schools.
Sa aking pong palagay, ito naman po ay minimum health standards. Ibig sabihin, hindi na po tayo pwedeng maging mas maluwag pa dito. Pero hindi naman po tayo pinagbabawalan na maging stricto pa rin po sa ating pong pagpapatupad, lalo na po sa ating pong mga pampribadong paaralan.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Malacanang has issued Proclamation number 84, declaring a state of calamity in 4 regions. These regions are Calabarzon, Bicol, Western Visayas, and the BARMM. The declaration will allow provincial governments to use their calamity funds for relief operations. The National Irrigation Administration, or NIA, says that the Magat Dam is still at critical level. Because of this, one spillway gate remains open by a meter. The agency noted, though, that the preemptive discharge of water did not cause any flash floods. Authorities said that there's only a small chance of survival at this point from the landslide in Barangay Cusyong in Maguindanao. Rescuers have recovered at least 21 bodies, while 4 people from the village remain missing. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News Live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.